Hey guys, for those of you who don't know who I am, I'm Pri, aka that Pokemon boy, and I'm joined with a guest today. Say hello.
Yo, I'm the Extreme Speed X.
And today's basically going to be a draft recap for the IEP, the Interregional Elite Poke Cup. We're going to be covering all the teams.
Hmm?
So let me just quickly explain how the draft actually worked. Each team was given a total of 12 picks, two each from the following six kind of categories. Two OU, two UU, two RU, two NU. NU was NU and below, so basically PU as well. Two Mega Pokemon and two Utility Pokemon. We classify utility as RU and under. Um, a Mega Pokemon is basically any Pokemon that can Mega Evolve. For example, Scizor is considered Mega, and then you can use either type of Scizor. So let's get right into it. The first team we have is the Goldenrod Glygars, coached by Ollie. What did you make of this draft here, Extreme Speed?
I think this is actually a pretty good draft. I liked the first round pick. I like Raikou. I think fast electric types are good in this format.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that, and I think along with his Mega Scizor, he's got a very good U-turn and Volt Switch core going
Yeah,
on there.
little turn core. I think Mega Scizor is actually pretty versatile because it can be defensive, offensive, even like baton pass.
Yeah, I think it was a great pick overall to pick it up at first. Like I know a lot of people, myself included, had
Yeah.
their eyes on that. So I think that was a great pick.
Also, he sniped me on Hariyama, which I wanted.
Oriyama was another great pick because I think again with the
Yeah.
versatility, he's got guts, he's got sheer force there. He can run a lot of different sets.
Hmm.
I also like the fact that he went for the bulky water types. He got two of them
Yeah. You got Jellicent.
as well as Blastoise.
Yeah.
He's also got hazard options, obviously, because Gligar, Staraptor, Kabutops, and Scizor are all capable, along with Blastoise, all capable of removing hazards.
Yeah, and he has a decent spinner and Kabutops too, so.
I think the
And
only,
Blastoise too.
yeah,
Blastoise.
exactly. The only questionable pick I would say is Tangela.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well Tangela could work in this format.
I think obviously the regenerator ability there is appealing, but I don't know how far it could
Yeah.
take Pokemon.
It has decent synergy though with Jellicent, so
That's true.
and he got Fire Water Grass Core there too.
He does. He does. The only thing I'd say maybe he doesn't have a Dragon type or a Fairy type.
Yeah. Yeah, fairy types are pretty big for this.
Yeah, I think Fairy type, Steel type, Dragon type. So he's lacking that maybe.
Hmm.
But overall, I think he had a good draft.
Yeah.
Okay, on to the next team. The next team we have is the Palatine Poliwraths, who are coached by Will.
Yeah.
What did you think of this one?
I think it was pretty good. I liked the Heatran pick. That is another very versatile Pokemon, and I'm pretty sure that that would have definitely gone if he hadn't picked it in the first round.
That's true. Also the Venatran core, obviously, because he picked up
Oh
Venusaur.
yeah, he got Venatran Core. That's gonna be pretty hard to break.
It's in like, and I think also the fact that what he has got is he's got mons that can fill in for those mons, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So
Hmm.
if he doesn't want to bring the Venusaur, he can bring his Leafani. If he doesn't want to bring the Heatran, he can bring Darmanitan.
Yeah, he has pretty good options there.
He also has Ninetales to set up Sun, so Chlorophyll is an
Oh
option.
wow, he has a Sun option with there too. Didn't
Yeah.
notice that.
He's
He
also
also
then got
picked up Mega Latios, and I
that.
think that was a good pick too.
That was a good pick as well because
Defog
like,
option. He
yeah,
has
definitely.
hit really
And
hard.
also considering that Heliolisk gets solar power, that's another way he can abuse the weather.
Hmm. Yeah, I think his draft was pretty good.
I mean, when you really look at it, the one thing he does have, like, along with Quagsire, he's got a certain number of like physically
Physical,
defensive
yeah.
Pokemon, but I don't see much on the special side.
Yeah, he doesn't have as much as like physical, but I think his team could definitely work together really well.
Yeah, I agree 100%. So the next team we have is Mahogany Moxie, who are coached by Kale, I believe.
Yeah.
What did you make of them?
I think the draft was definitely pretty interesting. I thought Manaphy was really interesting for a first round pick,
I agree.
especially pretty early.
Yeah, I did. I think the Manectric with the Infernape can work really well together.
Yeah, those two are pretty good synergy. Let's see. I'm not sure how well Samurot's gonna work, but I think that was a new pick, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well Samurot's gonna do, but we could see about that. I think that's a questionable pick, but
I think the big problem with his team that I see, I don't see many Pokemon that can take hits consistently. Like a Wool,
yeah, I mean,
and also considering,
Pokemon's like probably Musharna, but
yeah, Mishran is probably his only option. But when you look at the fact that he's got a fair few mons that don't appreciate the rocks, I don't
yeah,
see
that's
a
true.
reliable way.
For moving.
Yeah, exactly. Overall, I think this is a very good draft, and if he
Yeah.
can, I think it will be hyper offense. But if he can make that
Yeah,
work, I think it could be really dangerous. Yep. Next off, we've actually got Extreme Speed X's team.
Yeah, my draft.
Yeah, your draft. Pellucid Outrage. You might as well talk us through the draft since you know it was yours.
Alright, well, when I was doing my planning for the draft, I wanted Dragon Steel Fairy Core as well as a Fire Water Grass Core. So some main things that I was really looking at before was I wanted the Regenerator Core of Tangrowth and Slowking, as well as I also wanted Salamence and Sylveon before the draft. So I was really looking to get those early on.
I can see that definitely, and I think, like you said, the Regenerate Core is really useful in a format like this because you know that you're going to get a certain consistent level of healing.
Yeah. And I felt that for my mega picks, I wanted some fast and really offensive mons. So that's why I went for Lopunny for physical and Alexei for special. I feel that they both have pretty versatile move pools and they're hit really hard.
Yeah, I think those two were definitely interesting picks. The Lopunny I understood 100% because it's amazing in OU, and it gets all three punches, so you can change that depending on your opponent's team. It gets fake out, which is huge as well.
Yeah, like free mega.
Yeah.
For like a regret pick, I would say Lantern definitely for me.
Oh, okay.
Because I didn't really feel that I needed Lantern, but I don't know. I probably would have rather had something else. Like, there are a few steel types in the lower tiers that I wanted to complete the Dragon Steel Fairy Core, but I wasn't able to get them. Like, I wanted, like, Registeel, I believe, or Cobalion, one of those two.
Okay, yeah, I definitely felt like your last 4 picks were kind of interesting.
Yeah.
So they Ember, Haunter, Electros, and Lantern in particular. But I think along with your team, I can see them working. Especially Sylveon with Tangrowth can be deadly.
Yeah.
Also with Weezing, because Weezing is very good on the physical side.
Yeah, the physical defensive. I liked my draft, but also one really good pick in my opinion was Landorus. Landorus I.
Yeah, I think you did well to pick that up second round.
Yeah, I saw that I was first pick for OU, so I just hoped that it went down, and I picked it then in the second part.
Yeah, that was actually a very good pick because I think, like I said, I was surprised to see it go in the second round.
Yeah, I thought it would go. I was a bit nervous that I'll get taken, but it wasn't, so I just picked it up.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Right. The next team we have is the Violet Venoshock, who are coached by Alex. And again, there's a team slightly cut off, so I'll just bring that up for you guys. It's Aselgor and Glade.
Aselgor, alright.
What did you have to make of this draft?
I think this is actually a pretty good draft. There are a lot of picks that I like for the team. I liked Clefable, Empoleon, that's a Fairy Steel Core. The 2 Megas were actually really good Megas in my opinion. Glade is very versatile as well as Metagross, so...
That's definitely true, and she has got the Fairy Steel Dragon Core.
Yeah, with Hydreigon.
I think she's got it twice over. She hasn't. Yeah. Avalugg was an interesting pick, if you ask me.
Yeah.
When you consider that, it is a spinner, obviously. But again, I don't see too many ways of removing hazards apart from Empoleon and Avalugg.
With Empoleon, but
yeah, that's true. I guess Empoleon. So I think definitely Clefable and Empoleon together, that's a very nice core she's got. And I feel as if on
Yeah, I like how those two work together.
on the back of that, she can definitely build a team.
I say a more questionable pick could be Flareon too, because
That's
it's
true.
pretty slow, so can't really
Also,
take
the
advantage
other
of the guts as much. And
yeah,
it's not bulky.
sorry, carry on.
Oh, I was saying that it's like slow and not that bulky. So
That is definitely an issue with Flareon. Also, I think having guts but being fire type is a bit of a restriction almost because it means she can't
yeah,
get Will-O-Wisp.
it's true. It's true.
Um, so yeah, I think along Flareon, Drapion, and Superior, they're three ones that I think she'd have to run the same way every week, but definitely they do
Yeah,
have
not that.
some potential.
Hmm.
Okay, right. Next team was the Saffron Swagger, who were coached by Corey.
Pretty cool team name.
Yeah, I did quite like. I think out of all the new teams, that was one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Um, this draft was probably the most questionable. If I kind of want to say questionable.
Yeah.
Out of all the new teams.
I could see that. I don't really see like hazard removal on this team either, and he has like important things to take hazards like Dragonite and Scyther that
That's
don't
true.
like the hazards. And also like if you want to run Sash Breloom or something.
Yeah, I think I can definitely see that. That's why I think this team, obviously Rotom F as well. That'll be weak to the rocks as well. And he's actually got a fair few rock weaknesses. But I think if he can find a core that works, this team can then be built
Yeah.
around that core. And I think also, let's take into consideration Galvantula is going to get sticky webs up. So unless your opponent has a rapid spinner,
Yeah,
they're
that's
going to be
definitely
forced to run
true.
defog. So that will be helpful for him as well.
And that could actually be really good with the Mega Garchomp, because that just hits like really, really hard.
That's true.
And so on the other team, yeah, that could be pretty threatening and something to watch out for.
I think also it brings in a lot of his Pokemon, like Medicham, as you said, Garchomp as well. Even Delphox and Dragonite, they all benefit from the speed
This
drops of the opposition.
Yeah, it's actually pretty interesting.
Yeah. Also, he's got a number of different leads, like Sigilyph, Breloom, Galvantula, like we said.
Yeah, he has a few options there.
Okay, on to the next team. That's the Cerulean Aquajet, who are coached by Tops. And this is actually the last new team.
Last new team, alright.
Yeah.
I think Chansey wasn't really a first round pick for him, but I can see why he wanted it. It's really bulky, and it can take hits really well. I just don't think that it was the best option for a first round. Maybe could have saved it for the second round for OU.
I agree with you there. But when you take into consideration, he then picked up Rotom Wash in the second round.
Oh yeah, that's
That
true.
kind of balances it out almost. They could have been switched around, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
I think his team is very dangerous. Like, on
Yeah,
first
I
look,
feel like it's very well rounded and yeah.
yeah. On first look, it seems as if. Oh, hang on. Right, sorry about that, guys. I've just I seem to bring Skype up there. Yeah. On first look, it looks as if this team is just all bulk and no offense. But then when you look into it, when you look at things like Chandelure, Flashinda,
From the lure, yeah.
Abomasnow, and Doublade as well.
Yeah. It's actually pretty well rounded now that I look at it better.
Yeah, and also Golbat gives him an option other than Chansey and Rotom Wash,
Mm-hmm.
as does Registeel.
That's actually pretty interesting core there.
It is. I think it can work. I think he's definitely going for like a bulky offense team.
It has pretty good synergy actually.
Yeah, I think the one thing I would say, aside from Leopard and Diancie, he doesn't have, and that's Mega Diancie as well. He doesn't have any really quick Pokemon.
Yeah, it is a bit of a slower team. Probably besides Dancy's fastest thing, maybe like Scarf Chandelure, but
Yeah, even then he has to rely on not getting knocked off.
yeah. He has a few things that wouldn't like a knockoff either too.
That's true. Chansey would hate the knockoff, as would Chandelure.
Yeah.
I mean,
So-
actually Golbat as well.
And yeah. But he has good synergy, I would say.
Yeah, he does. That's definitely a strong factor for his team.
Right.
Right, next team. That would be mine, actually. That's the Morphle Magnetons next.
Pretty
What did you
cool
make of my
team.
draft?
I thought your draft was pretty cool. Which mons did you keep from last season?
Talonflame, Tentacruel, Latias, and Magneton.
Nice, nice. Right, I think two of my favorite of your picks were the Hippowdon and Stoutland core, the Sand core.
Yeah.
I think those two are very threatening, and Hippowdon's just been getting better in OU lately, and I think Hippowdon's just a really good and reliable wall, as well as like Florges.
Yeah, that's true. See, like, the thing is, the three you just mentioned, Hippowdon, Florges, and Stoutland, for those of you who don't know, I actually had all three last season. I dropped them for the draft, and then I managed to pick them back up.
Alright, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think I was lucky enough, like, because I know Jet, who coaches the Twin Leaf Tickle, I know he wanted to do that with a lot of his team. He didn't get the chance to do so.
Yeah.
So I think I was quite lucky, and I think definitely, like you said, the Sand core will work really well with Hippowdon and Stoutland, I'm hoping, anyway.
You also...
Sorry, yeah, carry on.
You also have two spinners now with Hitmontop and Tentacruel.
That's true, yeah. I
Just
think last season I kind of lacked an offensive spinner role, so I think Hitmontop will help fill that. Yeah, I think Meloetta is something that I'm kind of touch and go about, but I'm hoping it will work.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting pickup. I'm not sure how it could work, but yeah, I'm looking forward to see how you could use that.
Yeah. Alright, next team we have is the Twin Leaf Tickle, who are coached by Jet.
Oh, wait, let me see the team. Alright, I think his team's pretty good. He has Landorus T, which is really good, pretty versatile, and it can be bulky or offensive. I like Landorus T.
Yeah, I think Landorus T is definitely a very good pick. Obviously, he retained that from last season, and last season he used that as like a bulky, physically defensive set. So I'm assuming he'll do the same thing again. I know that Jet personally wasn't a big fan of his draft.
It definitely has some interesting mons, like Slaking. Did he have that last season too?
Yeah, he did.
I'm not sure about Slaking, because the Truant is definitely pretty bad, but it could just like get a kill every time it comes in because it's so strong.
Yeah, that's pretty much what he does. He uses his like a retaliate set, which works really well.
Yeah, I've used that before too.
I think also with Ludicolo, what he can do there is he can use like a bulkier variant and change the attacks around.
It actually sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah, and I think Smeargle was definitely an eye-opener.
Yeah, Smeargle's like probably the most versatile Pokemon, besides like Mew or something, but because Smeargle has like an option for every move, I believe.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, he could use that as a hazard setter or like a setup, so that's going to be something to watch out for.
Yeah, I think my favorite pick of his team, though, has to be the Mega Altaria.
Yeah, Mega Altaria is definitely really threatening. You never know like which set it's running until you see a move like... If you're expecting special and it's Dragon Dance, you could lose the match because of that.
Exactly, and I think the mind games will play a factor, and also the thing with this Pokemon is because it's got great stats around the board, apart from speed, obviously, and even that's not too bad, because it's got the great stats, he can run this a different time each week, and no one will be able to exactly know for sure which one it is. Right, on to the next team. The next team is the Pewter Pinwhistle, who are coached by Connor.
Another interesting team. I like the Kyurem B pick. I think Kyurem B is really strong, and it can be special, physical, or mixed. So that's one of my favorite of his pickups.
Definitely, I think it's a very dangerous mon. In a format like this where versatility is key, I think he's definitely made the right choice there.
Yeah. He has pretty good defensive core there with Rotom H and Seismitoad.
That's true.
He also has, I think, it's a Fire Water Grass core with Rotom H, Virizion, and Seismitoad.
Yeah, he does. Rotom H, Virizion, and Seismitoad. I think he's also got the Dragon Fairy Steel core with Granbull, Kyurem B, and
it's pretty threatening there. Oh, speaking of threatening, he has Mega Pinsir.
Oh yeah.
and that's gonna be really scary to face.
Yeah,
Because if you don't
Megapin's
prepare for it,
that's definitely going to be scary. And I think the good thing that he's got in his team, sorry, is that in each role he's got 2 or 3 different ones that can fulfill that role. So it's a lot of guessing
that's
before you
true.
actually see the team which one he's going to bring.
hmm
And you look at the Mega Sceptile as well. You know that's threatening as well.
Really fast, hit hard, and that one can be Mega Sceptile can actually run both special or physical.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I've run a physical set before with Sword Stance because it gets base 110 attack.
yeah, that's not bad at all. It's actually pretty good.
Right.
So
On to the next team, and that is the Blackthorn Rage, who are coached by Zario. What did you make of this one?
I think this one was pretty good. He picked up Gudra, which is another very versatile mon.
Yeah.
And I think that one was a really good pickup. I liked it. As well as Scrafty recently moved down to RU,
Yes.
and I think that one has some good value with it.
I think
That
he's got. Sorry to interrupt you there. Carry on.
Good. Scrafty can run like Intimidate or Moxie, or even like Shedskin. All 3 abilities are really good.
That's true, and I think what he has got is he's got a lot of Seb Sweepers.
That's true. That's true.
Which is
He
very
even has the Gorbis Pass.
Oh yeah, he has that as well, and he's got Sableye, Scrafty, Lapras, all of these that can set out.
Scary. Oh, and I just noticed that he has the kind of rain in his team too.
Yeah, he has the Potty Toad.
Yeah.
That basically gives Gudra an option with
And
hydration.
Does Lapras get hydration? I think so.
Yes,
too.
it does.
Alright, and he also has Mega Gardevoir, which could be really scary and could work really well with Gorbis. I could see that passing off a sweep to Gardevoir.
Yep, that's true. And also considering, Jolteon benefits from the rain because he can use 100% accuracy Thunders.
True. So I think he had a pretty smart draft, actually.
Yeah, he did. And the thing here is, I think his team also has the ability to operate outside of rain.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Definitely. He doesn't rely on the rain.
Yeah, exactly. Right, on to the last team of the draft, and that's the New Bark Nuzzle, who are coached by Barry.
Alright, let's see. I like the mons I like on his team. I like Cresselia and Conkeldurr. Those 2 I think are pretty good.
Cress is amazing with Conqueror for sure.
Yeah. As well as my favorite mon of his team is the Charizard, because that has option for 3 different Pokemon basically.
Yes, it does.
And that is kind of similar to the Mind Games with Altaria, because you don't know which Mega it is.
That's true. That's very true, actually. And the thing is, if you look at his team, I think potentially he's got a great Trick Room team.
Yeah, actually, yeah, he does with the Tyrantrum there, as well as Amoonguss and Cresselia. He has some pretty slow mons that can hit really hard.
He does P2 as well. I think P2 was a great pick, Porygon
Yeah.
too.
Oh, I just noticed that. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's such a great mon because he can run the Tri-Attack or the Thunderbolt, the Ice Beam, or the Dark Pulse, whatever he wants. He can also tech in the HPs and then give it an Eviolite, and it's going to be able to take a couple of hits.
It's just so hard to take down.
Yeah, and I think also he does have the Regenerator with Amoonguss.
Oh yeah, he has the Amoonguss, which it resists the fighting for Porygon too, so that could be potential core there.
Yeah, and he obviously Klefki gives him an option with light screens and with hazard sacking.
Yeah, that could also be with the screens that could potentially set up for a sweep.
I feel as if with this team, what Barry can do is he can basically kill the game off turn 1 or turn 2.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got that power. If he sets up a Trick Room or the spikes or the light screens, it's game over basically turn 1 if you're not
pretty much.
Right, so with that in mind, which team do you think had the best draft?
Let me look at all the teams again. Alright, let's see.
Scrolling through all of them.
Yeah. Alright, I think I liked Connor's team best,
Connor's
probably.
team the best, right?
Yeah.
Okay, go on. Give us your reason for that.
I don't know. I feel like he has a lot of different options there, and
Yep.
his team just synergizes really well.
I understand that. Yeah. Okay. Mine is also a returning team. Mine is Barry's team for sure.
Yeah, we just talked about that. I can
Yeah,
see.
we did, and just gonna repeat it again. If he does run Trick Room, it's gonna be insane.
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So there you have it. That's our thoughts. My question of the day for you guys is gonna be, which team are you gonna be rooting for this season? Please don't say your own if you're one of the guys watching, because we know you're gonna be rooting for yourselves. But yeah. Actually, I should say, which other team are you gonna be rooting for this season? That's what I should be saying.
Yeah.
Let us know in the comment section below. Obviously, if you don't agree with me or Extreme Speed, I actually would appreciate you saying what you don't agree with, why, and let us know your thoughts and opinions on the draft as well, because we're not necessarily right or wrong here. This is pretty much just our opinions. But for now, that's going to be it.